Ricocap Capital, and I want to show y'all today a little bit more about gap fills, how I play them, and how we nailed a trade with NVDA today on some NVDA puts. So I'm going to go over NVIDIA first, and then I'm going to go over kind of how I play the gap fill and things like that. But before I do that, let me go ahead and just kind of give a quick explanation, a definition as well of what gap fills are. So pretty much gaps, is when the price of a stock usually moves suddenly, up or down in response to news or other things outside of the market hours. So you're going to see these things happen pre-market, overnight. So that's where you need to be looking for. So, and the gap fill is pretty much self-explanatory, but it's when price comes back to fill that gap. So notice how for NVIDIA here, Friday, it came up, closed down here after hours. So from after hours, when it completely closed after hours there, we opened up pre-market very early. Stocks start moving, 3, 4 in the morning, depending on your time zone. So right here, it gapped up. So this small from 131-ish, where it closed right up here, all the way up to 132 is where it gapped up. Now, you need to watch it pre-market. So as I woke up and kind of did my scan, I kind of just looked at, what I'm seeing out there. So I usually just mark it orange for the levels, just from the high and low. And then I'll draw a little box just like that. So that tells me where the gap starts. So why the lines wouldn't be up here right there as that the start of it is because pre-market, as you can see, it dipped lower and ate into it already. So it starts from here, ends down here. It ate lower into it, which ended up wicking kind of Friday's kind of close high or end of close day right there. So that's why it kind of reversed there and kept going up. So this is why I drew the line there, which is that low on that candlestick right there. So that's the gap fill I'm looking for. And as we're going open into NVIDIA, I also saw we were kind of having trouble with our 133.52 level here. Now, this is how I played it, and this is how I did it live for my members and how we banked. So as you can see, it went our way and we banked on it, but I want to go into more in depth about the mindset going into it, how I played it, and kind of how you don't get shooken out or things like that when you're in the trade. So NVIDIA came out, and right here you can see this huge candle on the 15. I'm on the 15, where the candle opened up here and it started blasting up there. So as it was blasting up, I was, this thing's up pre-market. It's NVIDIA. We're blasting up. Why would you lay on shorts there, expecting it to pull down, especially when the market is so strong today? And this is why. So as I saw the gap lingering there, I kind of looked around the market. So pre-market, AMD is weak still. AMD was down $4 or $5. Everything else was pretty moderately red. The only things that were green at that time were Apple and Tesla. So as you can see, they're still very strong right now, but the rest, including Microsoft and a couple other, were still red. Meta was down $11 at some point, and came right back up. So I like that there are things on my side if I was aiming for this gap fill, right? And also Q at the time had a little bit more of a dip to go down. So that was also on my side there. I was very confident in this right here. So we ended up slamming the 128 puts right up here. So not too far out the money. I wanted to see if we end up eating that gap and possibly almost these go in the money. I was targeting our 129 level, which it perfectly hit, bounced right up. So I wanted this guaranteed gap right there. And on top of all of that, I also wanted to zoom out here on the hourly. And look how I have NVIDIA in an upward channel here. If we were to broke that upward channel and it started eating that gap, it's a clear indication we're clearly breaking the channel. So if we were to start eating the gap or came close to it, we're breaking the channel. There's other things on our side. There's other confluences on our side. So, this is what I'm looking for right here. How many things are on my side versus it against me, right? Versus whatever this is. So This is easily a 2 to 3 to 1 trade right here, where the only thing going against me is if this just goes up, right? If this just rockets, whatever. So perfect. Once I saw that, beautiful. So we took the trade on the 15, and we're fighting here on this candle. I want to see how close we can get to this gap fill before we really get it. So look at this, beautiful. We slammed the 128 puts for NVDA weekly, of course. We got those at $1.20, so 120 a contract. They ended up going against us a little bit, down to like a dollar. We could have got a better entry there, and I could have added more, but I didn't want to. I know members, once I called it out, members definitely got a better fill than me, and we wanted to see how this would go. So we're fighting the first 15-minute candle here, and we did dip lower, but they tried to save it a little bit. I think longs were trying to get out at that point, knowing what was coming next. Then I told the team, hold on, next 15-minute candle, if we open up under this 133.52, we should eat the gap easy, and that's exactly what happened. So I let everyone know my stop loss is above 133.52. If we open up a 15-minute candle above it, that would be a clear indication of a gap and go. So there are things where we do gap up and they hold and continuously go. So 15-minute opened up down here, and I knew we're gonna get that. So everything was still red at the time, kind of going lower. SPY was down $1, so I liked it. And as you can see, we opened up right here and just knifed through it. So those puts went from 120 all the way to 170 plus. And so we banked on that flash just quick, and got in, got out. These ended up hitting like $2 down here. So I mean, boom, let it go. And I was telling members, trim all the way down. So very easy there, and especially if you get on the 5-minute. A little bit harder on the 5-minute. But it was beautiful right here. Look how we were wicking off it. I just knew once that 5-minute opened up down here, we just knifed through it. So I mean, easy work right there. It was a 15-minute trade at most. We were having fun on live. We were doing our thing. So it was a good time, and it was simple, easy, and we're starting the week off strong. So that's a little bit of an intro on my gap fills right there. Look for them pre-market, right? See if you can see the levels, put them down there. Usually I just mark them, draw a little rectangle so I know where it ends and where it starts. And it needs to be big enough for you. So right here is about a good $1 move down, and I like that for NVIDIA after the split here. So the contracts are a little bit cheaper, closer in the money, so we knew it was going to move pretty well. So I knew this is guaranteed if it were to hit, and it did. So beautiful move there, so beautiful. It was fun to play. I did it on live, and yeah, I really hope if you have any questions about the gap fill or anything like that, comment below. I'll answer any questions I can. These are easily some of my favorite setups when I see happening right here. So I appreciate y'all watching this video. Comment, like, follow, subscribe, do all that. I'm trying to get all the social media popping right now, so help me out, help your boy out. Rico Capital here, so I'm always on your side. The more we learn, the more we earn, baby. So let's lock in, and I hope you guys keep an eye out for these gap fills, because man, you can make a lot of money. You can turn a little into a lot. So Rico Capital out. I appreciate y'all watching the video. Peace.